Hey everybody, it's Monday, March 8th, 2021. Watching Bull Boom Bear Bust. Today we're going to analyze how the people, the American people, really lost out on this stimulus, quote unquote, economic rescue package with the $1.9 trillion price tag that eventually everyone's going to have to pay towards with bigger portions of their paycheck. Well, let's talk about how much of this actually went to the American people. We're also going to analyze some analysis or a prediction from a stock market expert. I'll let you decide if he's an expert or not, but we're going to talk about Harry Dent's recent prediction, and he actually said that he was going to quit. And I watched this whole video over 20 minutes, and this headline kind of grabbed me. The market will collapse. If I'm wrong, I will quit my job. So we're going to talk about what he said and some of his reasonings behind his declaration there that he'll quit if he is wrong, if the market doesn't collapse. Now, first, I'm sure most of you know by now the $1.9 trillion stimulus package was agreed upon or voted on by the Senate. It was passed. But there's been a lot of debate on how much of this actually goes to the people. Well, right now we're going to give you the exact numbers and how much the people, American people, really lost out on this stimulus bill. Okay, there was some left versus right debating on this. Some people on the right said it's only 9% of the total package that goes to the people. Well, let's take a look at the actual numbers here. All right, first, let's just do it on the overall population. Let's just go with 328 million, which includes everybody, every living, breathing individual, including kids, right? But let's just do the math here on this to begin with. Of course, this is a couple years old, but you get the picture here. 1.9 trillion. Let's go ahead and see if we can get this typed in here. And there we go. Got millions, billions, and 1.9 trillion. Now let's go ahead and divide that by the population, divided by 328 million. So for every living, breathing person, they could have sent out checks for about $5,792. So now let's look at just the tax-paying individuals in the United States. Okay, and this was as of just a few years ago. Let's go with 143 million. And of course, it's changed since then, but that's what I found here. So let's go with the 1.9 trillion package again here. And it's divided by 143 million. And this will give you an estimate or an idea on how much each taxpayer could have gotten out of this bill if it were not given out in other areas, foreign aid, to state governments, and to different areas, schools, and so forth. And supposedly it's going to be for the people, right? When they say it goes to the school, they're telling people, okay, well, you're going to benefit from this because your kids are in the school. So we'll see how much of that actually helps the people. But here is the math on this. So divided by 143 million, over $13,000. Now this number has changed a little bit in a few years, of course, but as you can see, the American people really lost out on this $1.9 trillion stimulus with just $1,400 going out per person in this bill. But as you can see, no matter which way you calculate it, looks like the American people got ripped off, right? So most of this is going towards corporate America, bailouts, all kinds of different aid. If you read through the package, lots of different types of aid, but a very small fraction of it's actually going to the people. If it all went to the people, we'd be having checks around $6,000 or maybe even as high as $13,000. Okay, maybe in a later report, we'll kind of go through all of the different spending with this bill. But for now, let's talk about Harry Dent's prediction. And this headline caught my attention, and it got a lot of views. It caught a lot of people's attention. But Harry, he is a chart analyst. He also looks at demographics, trying to predict what's going to happen with the markets. And he even admits that he is shocked and surprised at the level of manipulation that we have witnessed. So I think he makes a lot of good points. Right, but he's also been making the same call for a long time. So let's listen to a quick excerpt out of here And I'm not sure if this was maybe clickbaitish headline where he says he'll quit his job. He didn't actually say that. Let's take a listen to what he actually said.
Of GDP in stimulus just to keep us growing at a measly 1.5–2%. If that is not the weakest economy in history, but conversely, if the recent straight up screaming rally in the stock market isn't the stupidest, most bubbly rally in history, then I don't know what is. I mean, I may have to quit my profession if we don't get a top here soon, because this is really looking extreme to me, and this is really looking like a top, and it could extend a little bit if we don't go down soon. But I think there's a good chance that this could have been it on February.
Okay, so you heard what he said so far. He may have to quit his profession. Not exactly what the headline indicated, but there was a part here where they kind of both were talking over each other. Take a listen and see what you think.
February 17th, and if not, I think we'll see it by May or June at the latest. And if we don't see a steep downturn on this megaphone by then I'm not going to know what to think.
So May, June, I mean, that could coincide, Harry, with a bit of a...
Okay, so you heard it right at the end. Harry was jumping in and saying something as the host there, Jay Martin, was talking. So let's go ahead and make a prediction here, you and I, on this channel, about Harry's prediction. Let's predict what Harry's going to do. If Harry's wrong, if the markets don't correct or see a collapse, as he calls them, by May or June, will he quit or will he keep going? That's my question to you. So let's analyze his analyzing of the market. Not so much is the market going to go down, but if the market doesn't go down, will Harry Dent quit? I'm predicting no, he doesn't quit. But nothing against Harry Dent. He does make a lot of good points. On this channel, I've tried to put out there the operations that are behind these markets and how they're manipulated. And therefore, I try not to put many timelines on things. I do continue to think things are going to unfold here, and we're going to start seeing more signs of a lot of things that are going to be happening that are going to worsen in the economy, but not just the markets. The markets could be propped up while the real economy is crumbling. So actually, Harry Dent's been correct about that. The real economy has been crumbling. The markets, though, they're so manipulated, they are completely detached from the economy. I think most of you know that by now, but let me know what you think down in the comments. Will Harry Dent quit? If he's wrong, if the markets don't correct, or if there's not a collapse, or do you agree with him? Will the markets collapse? Is he right? Have we reached the end of these manipulated markets, or are they just going to keep going and going and going, even as millions of people fall into poverty, millions more? The markets are still going to be propped up. All right, so I'd like to hear from you on that. I love reading your comments. Thank you for engaging in this channel. It really helps. I've learned a lot, actually, from all the people that are commenting on the channel. Also, what do you think about the $1.9 trillion stimulus? If you look at the number of people in the United States, people should have gotten paid out a lot more. If you look at every man, woman, and child, it was almost $6,000. If you look at just the taxpayers, it would be closer to 12 or 13,000. So looks like a ripoff to me, but that's my analysis. I hope everyone is doing well at this time. Hopefully see you back on this channel very, very soon. We'll be back for another update probably tomorrow. Thanks everybody again. Stay well, stay safe. Bye for now.